Hello my friends and happy 2025. I hope this year is going to be filled with health, beautiful moments, cozy moments, good books, good goals, but also moments of relaxation and stillness and peace. I hope 2025 has arrived in the most beautiful way for you. I personally stepped into 2025 sick again. It is crazy. The past few months I have been getting sick, I feel like all the time. So let's have a quick December recap. I had a beautiful time with my family for Christmas Day and the second day of Christmas. We ate together, had a good time together, but then I got sick again. Even though I was sick before Christmas, I had to get to the hospital, get medication, but now I have slowly started feeling a bit better. So I have my essentials, I have a warm cup of tea here, I have my goals notebook, I have you guys, and I am ready to start checking my December goals to see how I did. We will set new goals for January. And by the way, this is not a January New Year reset. I have already filmed my New Year prep, if you will. I will have a video linked down below in case you haven't watched it yet. But this video is specifically about January, the month of January. It's my regular monthly reset routine basically for the month of January. So let's have a look at my December goals to see how I did. We will set our new goals for January. I also need to talk to you about all the books that I have read because since I was sick, I was delayed to film this video. So I have read quite a few books and I need to talk to you about all these books. Of course, I will share my mood board with you and my monthly favorites. So without further ado, let's have a look at my December goals. My December goals were simple, easy. I didn't want to stress myself out. I wanted to have a relaxed, festive December. And I think that apart from the fact that I was sick, it was a nice, fun, relaxing December. So the first goal was to book an ophthalmologist appointment. I wanted to get my eyes checked to see if my eyesight is still stable. And it seems that it is. Nothing has changed. So I did end up booking my appointment and I went there, everything was fine. Then my next goal was to have a bookish live chat with my book club. If you guys didn't know, I have a free book club on Fable and we are a good few book besties there that we are chatting and we are reading together every single month. We also share pictures from our daily lives, what we are up to, what we're currently reading. It is a cozy space to talk about books and to connect even further, I feel like. And I'm so happy that I did do this live chat because it was so much fun. At the beginning I was a little bit nervous. I was thinking that maybe no one would show up, but I want to give a huge shout out to Rini, Nicoletta, Helen and Shani. All these girls did show up and we had such a lovely time talking about books, our favorite reads of the year. It was just a good time. I feel like it is so amazing that through a hobby you can connect with so many people all around the world because all of us live in different places around the world. So I thought that it was so cool and so much fun and I will definitely be doing more bookish live chats in the future. Then I wanted to prep for 2025. I already did that. I also filmed that. Like I said, I will have the video linked down below. My next goal was to read 5 books. I definitely achieved that goal as well. And my last goal was to relax and enjoy the holidays, which I have to say that I did as well. So as you can tell, my December goals were very simple and easy. So that means that I achieved every single one of them. Good for me. Good for me. The coughing is still unbearable, but I'm hanging in there. So now that we are done with our December goals, with the last goals that I had set for the year, let's move on to our first goals of the new year for the first month of the new year, our January goals. I think I will go a little bit more in depth with my January goals. Just feel a bit more organized and productive. But again, without stressing myself out and without putting myself in a position where I will feel like I have to do 100 things within a month. Because one thing you will never find in this channel is toxic productivity and trying to be productive all the time. This is not me anymore. I used to want to be productive all the time, to set tons of different goals, to always evolve and change and grow, and I still want to do that. Evolve, change, grow, be productive, but in a very realistic way. As I get older, I realize that we put too much pressure on ourselves, and for what? At the end of the day, we are just making ourselves feel worse, and we don't really gain anything out of the situations that we put ourselves into. So we'll make sure that my goals have a balance between being productive, but also fun and enjoyable, so I can enjoy my life, because at the end of the day, that's what we all want to do. Enjoy our lives, live our best lives. So let's write down my January goals and let's go through them together. Okay, so my January goals are all set. Let's go through them. The first goal is to do an apartment deep clean and declutter it. I feel like I have some things laying around my apartment, especially in drawers and in cabinets, that we don't need. So I need to go through all these things and just create new fresh space. I have taken down all the Christmas decor and I did a quick tidy and a quick cleanup, but nothing in depth because I was not feeling my best. So I really need to do a deep clean of the apartment, get rid of all the dust, clean the floors. Then since I went to the ophthalmologist in December, I ordered new glasses, but they are not sitting right. They're causing me headaches. I feel like they are too tight around my ears, so I need to get them fixed. So that is my next goal. I need to do that ASAP because I paid for new glasses and I'm still wearing my old ones. So I really need to prioritize that during January. Then I need to get back into my fitness routine, back into my workouts. I haven't worked out in like a month for obvious reasons. I couldn't work out. I was unable to. But now since I'm slowly but surely getting better, still not 100% better to work out, I can feel it. But since I'm slowly getting better, I feel like during January, soon enough, I will be able to work out again, at least do some lighter workouts. And I would love to work out about 3 times a week. I really need to get back into my fitness game because when I'm not working out, I don't feel like myself. In the past month, I haven't been feeling like myself. I feel like I am all over the place. I feel sluggish, not in the best mood, and I just need to get back into my workout routine. Then one of my goals for 2025 is to take a trip abroad, and I am the type of person who has to arrange a trip sometime before. I cannot just arrange everything within the last minute. I cannot do that. So I would like to start a trip research. I need to check maybe the destination, finalize the destination that we would like to visit, maybe start looking for tickets and accommodation, not really booking anything, but just starting my research. Then the last couple of goals are just simple fun goals that I just love to throw in my goals every now and then. Number 1, visit a new cafe. I always love visiting new cafes, and Athens as a city has so many coffee shops. I haven't even scratched the surface of all the coffee shops that this city has, so I would love to visit a new one. And then I would love to visit a bookstore that I have been to before, a new one, I don't know, but I haven't been to a bookstore in a hot minute, and I really want to visit one just to walk around, browse some books, be in my safe, cozy space, aka the bookstore. And these are going to be my January goals. As always, don't forget to leave some of your goals down below. I always love hearing about the goals that other people have. I feel like goals are so personal and so unique and so fun. I don't know, I just like hearing what other people's goals are. I find it super fun. So don't forget to leave a comment. And now I think it's time to go through my January mood board. I have already created it. I was too excited to wait. I created it like a few days ago when I was still a bit unwell, and I wanted to make myself feel better. So I sat down, I opened up Pinterest, made a tea, found pictures that I want to represent my January, and I created my mood board. So let's have a look at it. So this is my January mood board. First things first, we have a picture of a girl at a bookstore. That represents me going to a bookstore. Yet again, what else is new? Me and bookstores, browsing books, buying books. It is part of my life, right? Then the next picture, I would like it to represent the trip research that I will start. So again, I'm not sure about the destination. We need to finalize that and start making a plan. But I just chose this picture because I thought that it was beautiful and I loved the architecture of the building. And I feel like planning a trip at the start of the year gives you something to look forward to. And it's always nice to have something to look forward to. It doesn't always have to be something that big, like a trip. It could be just a coffee date with a friend or a nice walk at your favorite park. But I always find that having things to look forward to is very good for us mentally, because as nice as it is to live our everyday lives and enjoy the mundane, it is also nice to have little things to look forward to. And a trip is definitely not a little thing. At least for me, it is a huge thing. But I feel like having something to look forward to is super fun. The next picture I chose because I just loved the whole aesthetic of the picture. I have been really into antique browsing lately, not in physical stores, but mostly online because I was sick in bed. I was just browsing antique stores online, and there are so many cute frames and candle holders and vintage furniture pieces. It was just so much fun to look at and to browse all these items. I definitely want to go antique shopping at some point. I don't know if I will go during January, but I would definitely love to maybe find a nice vintage picture frame or some vintage candle holders. That would be lovely as well. So that's why I chose this next picture. The fourth picture, of course, represents the new coffee shop that I would love to visit. I feel like I have been stuck in the house for a while. I really need to just get ready, wear a cute outfit, grab my sister, grab a friend, and go to a coffee shop. I'm really craving that. Just give me a few more days just to feel a bit better, because still I'm not 100%. And I'm out of here. I'm out of this apartment. I'm so done. I need to just feel that I'm doing something again. Health is wealth, guys. Health is wealth. Then I chose a quote that says, "The future depends on what you do today." Lovely reminder that everything I do today will affect my future. So for example, if I want to be strong in the future, I need to take care of my diet today, to take my vitamins, to work out. Or if I want to read 5 books in a month, I better stop scrolling on my phone now and pick up my book. One thing will always affect the other. And of course, the last picture represents my fitness journey, my fitness goals, my workouts. Guys, you cannot understand how much I want to work out again. I just want to wear my activewear and start moving my body again, to start feeling like myself again. Because honestly, I feel like I have lost myself this month. It might sound insane, but it comes to show how much our routines affect our everyday lives. Hopefully this video doesn't come across as complaining, because I feel like I have mentioned so many times that I was sick and it's not even a big deal. I think I need to stop talking about it, but I don't want to come across like I am complaining. I just wanted to come across like sharing my feelings and my thoughts with friends, because that's what it feels like to me. Sitting down and turning on my camera and talking to you guys will always feel like sitting down and talking to friends. So I hope that this feels like a friendly catch-up and not a complaint session or something. Alright, I took a quick break, I had my lunch, but let's talk about all the books that I have been reading. I read quite a few books since I filmed my December monthly reset. So grab a tea, grab a coffee, and let's talk about all of the books that I read. But let's start with the first book that I read, which I read on my Kindle, and it is called A Songbird and the Heart of Stone, which is officially book number 3 in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. And now this book is following a different pair of main characters. I have read The Serpent and the Wings of Night, The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, and 6 Scorched Roses, which is the novella of the Crowns of Nyaxia, and I loved all of these books a lot. I loved the writing, I loved the characters, the plot, the storyline. I was obsessed. So I was utterly shocked that I didn't enjoy The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. Almost forgot the title there. I ended up giving it 3 stars just because there were some nice parts in the book, but most of the book felt so boring and I could not picture for the life of me the world building. We were following Asar and Misha in the underworld and I could not picture a single thing. And I read a lot of reviews and I feel like a lot of people agree with me. So I don't think that it was just a me problem. So I was really shocked that I didn't enjoy this book because I love this author, Carissa Broadbent, and everything that I have read from her is amazing. So I did give it 3 stars just because I love the author. But if that was my first book from this author, I don't think that I would have continued reading her books, hoping that the next one is going to be better. The next book that I read was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I gave this book 3.75 stars. Now the story, tragic. Imagine living the way that Addie is living. Imagine going through what Addie is going through. Could never be me. Couldn't be me. I would have gone insane. The writing was beautiful, but I feel like this book is more character driven and not plot driven. And I feel like I prefer books that are more plot driven and they are more action packed and they are keeping us on our toes, you know, that sort of books. And I feel like this book fell a bit flat when it comes to that because it was focusing a lot on Addie and on her character, but the constant back and forth in time, because we have a lot of back and forth in time, started becoming very tiring personally, and that's why my rating was lowered. But I also like how Addie left her mark through art. I don't know, I'm a bit confused with this book. I both liked it and not really. Is it worth reading? I think that it is, but it was definitely not one of my top favorite books ever. Then I read Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This was my first book ever by Cassandra Clare. The writing was good, the plot was nice. It's just that it felt a bit too YA for me. There is something with me reading about younger characters that I feel like we don't click. We don't click. I cannot connect to younger characters. But then again, this doesn't happen with all of the books that I read. So I gave this book 3.75 stars. I will be continuing with this series, and I feel like I do want to explore more books by Cassandra Clare, maybe her latest series. The next book that I read and loved and gave 5 stars to was House of Earth and Blood. I never in a million years thought that I would love Crescent City as much as I do. I thought that because the setting is modern and we have clubs, drugs, guns, technology, I thought that I wouldn't enjoy it, but actually this was 5 stars, and it just reminded me why I love Sarah J Maas's books and her writing. Her writing is fantastic. It just captures my attention. It keeps me interested. Her plot is always good. She doesn't miss. And I know that a lot of people don't like her books, but I just cannot relate. This was 5 stars. I loved the friendship, the romance, the plot, the heartbreak, everything. This was incredible. And then I also read House of Sky and Breath, which is the second book in the Crescent City series. Again, 5 stars. Loved the plot, the characters, storyline, the action, everything. It is such an interesting story, and the ending was insane. If you can, just avoid all spoilers and you will be so shocked with this ending. I was so shocked. Then I read another book on my Kindle, which was a Christmas novella, and it is called Sugar and Spice at the Gingerbread Bakery. It was romantic, it was whimsical, magical, it was fun. I gave it 5 stars. Then again, on my Kindle, I read Phantasma, which I gave 4.25 stars. This was such a good read. It was so much fun. It was dark, it was gothic, it was eerie, a bit creepy, but nothing too intense because I cannot do too creepy. I just love the whole atmosphere of the book, and I know that the author is writing another book now. I think it's called Enchantra, and I cannot wait to read it. I think that this is going to be like an interconnected standalone series, if I'm not mistaken. But Phantasma was really good. I loved the whole energy, the whole vibe. It has to do about a necromancer and a phantom. We have trials. It gets pretty dark and twisted. It is also spicy. It's just that the ending fell a bit flat and it felt a bit rushed. That's why my rating got lower. Then I read The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. This book, I have never cried this much in my life over a book. This book broke my heart. This was amazing. 5 stars. Incredible. It deserves all of the good reviews. I know that a lot of people don't like it, but that's, normal. Some people love a book, some people don't. I just loved this book. I'm still not over it. This book is about Eddie. He dies, he goes to heaven, and he meets 5 people that affected his path in life. The last person he met, I'm still not over it. It still haunts me. This is just too good. It was too good, but I don't know if I have the strength to ever read it again. Maybe someday. So these were all of the books that I read, and I think that I have been talking for such a long time. So we'll now quickly mention some of my favorites, and that will bring us to the end of the video. So the first favorite that I have is this little coaster that is actually handmade by my mom. You cannot really tell, but the thread is actually glittery, but I think that it doesn't pick up on the camera. She has knitted a ton of these, but I just got one because I wanted to use it for my candle. But I think that it is very pretty, and I love how it is black and sparkly, even though you cannot see the sparkle on the screen at all. Then my second favorite is this cardigan that I thrifted and I have been wearing all the time lately. I wanted a red cardigan, so I was really excited to find one finally. And it was also so inexpensive because it was at the thrift store, so it was a bargain, it was a deal. And then another favorite that I have is actually this pair of jeans, which I also thrifted as well. I have been wearing it very frequently. This is originally from Pull & Bear, but I got it from the thrift store, and that was a deal as well. So that would be all for my January monthly reset routine. I feel like it was low-key all over the place, or because I feel all over the place, that's why I think that it will also look all over the place to you. Let me know in the comments how this video felt. Did it feel nice? Did it feel fun for you? Was it fun? Was it entertaining? I would love to know. Or did it feel all over the place? Because I feel like I am all over the place. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this January monthly reset, guys. I truly want to thank you for watching my videos during 2024, for watching this video, and if you will stick around, subscribe, and continue watching my videos, thank you for that as well. It means the world. So it's time to say my goodbyes. I truly hope you liked this video, guys. I know that I was not my usual self in it, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye, friends!